In this module, we will show how to create new versions and use them for estimating, tracking changes, and managing revisions. Click on the version name, then click Create New. Enter the version name as needed. We can choose between Copy Everything, Copy Only Assembly, or Do Not Copy Anything by clicking the checkbox, depending on what we need. For example, we can click Copy Everything and then click Save. This will copy all the assembly takeoffs and markups we have done. Now, version 1 contains all the takeoffs and assemblies with markups from the previous version. Now we can click on the version name. We will see two versions, the previous one and the new one. If needed, we can revoke the older version by clicking this option. We can view the revoked versions we have created. When we click on the version again and select Create New Version, we can enter the version name. If we only need to copy assemblies, we can click the checkbox and then Save. Only the assemblies we have created will appear. Other items will not show here. Now we can see the assembly has been created, but there are no takeoffs since we chose to copy only assemblies. We can also delete created versions by clicking the Delete option. This lets us remove a version. To add a new overlay, click on the Overlay Add. We can search for the page number or scroll through the options to select the required pages. Click on any page where we need to perform the overlay. The overlay will appear, and we can adjust it using the drag option. We can see and adjust the overlay as needed. If we want to hide this overlay, we can click this Hide option. If we need to copy all measurements to the overlay page, we can click the Copy option. If we do not want to proceed, we can click Cancel, and the overlay will be canceled. Now, let's look at the calculator configuration. Here we have Variable, Material Formula, Calculator, Group, and Stamp tabs, each with different functions. In the Variable option, the variables we need from the Material Management section are pulled here and used in the formula. Click on the Create option. We can see the variable that we need to pull from the Material Management section. This includes details like code, name, descriptions, price, labor productivity, and more. Let's click on the selling price, and we can enter the variable name. The variable name is customizable based on our needs. Next, click Create so the variable gets created. Now, let's go to the material formula. Here we can calculate the quantity by creating formulas for particular materials, so the total quantity will be displayed. When we click on the Create option, we will see a list of materials that we have already created in the Material Management section. For example, let's choose the plumbing division. Click on the specific parent group where we need to select the material, enter the name as required. Select the materials under the parent group that we have assigned. There may be multiple materials. Select the particular material for the formula's unit that we need to measure. For this example, we need it in linear feet, so we select linear feet. We can add a variable name by clicking this option to create a new variable for the formula. This variable can also be used in other forms. We can pull it into other formulas. By clicking this option, the number will round to the nearest whole number. These are the variables we have already created. They are shown by default, and the selling price variable we created earlier is also shown here. Now, since we need a linear feet measurement, we click on length. We can also click on the test option to test the formula. Click Create, and the formula will be created. We can also create multiple formulas using count, length, area, and other fields. We can also create formulas using true or false logic. For example, if the takeoff has an area, the area will be calculated. Otherwise, the formula will check for the length. If the length is not available, it will use the count as a value. This way, we can calculate in multiple forms. We can also group multiple formulas by using variables. We can test these formulas and calculate the value. Click to create the formula. The formula will be created. This is how the formula bar works. Next, go to the Calculator section to create a new calculator. This calculator determines how the columns will be displayed. Right now, the columns we have are material name, takeoff, and unit. If we need more columns, we need to use the calculator part. Click on the calculator. To create a new calculator, click and type the name of the calculator we want to create. Choose the type, such as Basic or Standard Calculator. Then, click on the checkbox if it is a default template. If it is not, or if we do not want to use the default, click Create. Click on the sample option, then click Create. Here we can customize multiple column options such as material name, takeoff quantity, unit price, unit labor, markups, contingency, overhead cost, and selling price. All of these can be added as columns here. This group option allows us to organize. Creating groups is explained in the later part of video. The group, to which the materials created in the takeoff, can be added from the Group tab. For the field type, if the material name is a number, click on the number option. If it is text, click on the text option. Since the material name is text, we select text. If we are entering the cost price, then the field type will be number. If it is a custom column, we need to set a value. A custom column is simply a default value that we provide. To set a whole number, we click on this option. Since we are working with the material name, we do not need to use these options. If we are dealing with a monetary field, such as the selling price shows in dollar value, we can click this option. If we need to edit this column in the calculator or estimation sheet, we can click this editable option. If we want to display this particular column in the labor productivity field, we need to click on this checkbox. To show it in the quote, we can click this Show in the Quote option. If it is a unit price column, we click this option. If we need to show it as a budget and quantity column, we click those options. For a cell column, we can click it. Now for the formula, it will be Material. Click here to see the material name. It will be pulled directly here into the formula bar. Now column 1 has been created. Let's move on to column 2. Unit of measurement has now been created. Since this is a unit price, we are going to click this as number and calculate the sum. Now, if we click on the text, it will show the custom column. If we click on the number, it will calculate the sum, showing the total and displaying the first item only when collapsing everything. The first item will be shown. Let's click the checkbox and we can see it in the estimation sheet. Now click Create, column 3 is created. Variable names are very useful when we need to use a particular formula and another formula. So we can add the variable name, which works like a keyword. Here we have pulled the takeoff into the unit cost to create selling price. The variable name has been used here, and the variable will be displayed, similar to the takeoff we already created. That information will be pulled in here. Now, let's look at the column page. We have created columns for material name, unit of measurement, unit price, takeoff, and selling price. This blue color indicates that the unit price is in an editable option. That's why it is shown in blue. We can edit the cost, so it will update accordingly. The selling price is displayed where we have selected the particular selling price to show in the quote and also in the cell column. So this value appears in the selling price column. Since this is a monetary field, we have selected the monetary field option. That's why values are shown with the dollar symbol. This is the reason when you collapse it. You can see that the unit price column is highlighted and cumulative value is shown. This happens because we have selected the option to calculate the sum and display it in the first item of the unit price column. So it shows the sum as the first item. When we expand each entry, we can see that the values are summed up and the total is displayed as the first item. The calculated values are shown here and they are editable, so we can make changes as needed. This is how we can create multiple columns, and we can edit and customize them here. We can also change the order of the columns. For example, if we want the unit price column to appear in a different position, we just click and drag it. The unit price will then move to the second column, and the unit of measurement will update to the third column. Once updated, you will see that the numbers are reordered accordingly. The group function allows us to group calculations based on a particular category, such as material, labor, or other groupings. We can type the name, for example, labor, and then click Create. It will be created as labor. In the calculator section, we can see the add group as labor. If we are typing something like labor productivity, and if we want to set this as a labor item, we can click labor. This makes it easier to group items. When we click the stamp and then click Create, it will take us to another tab. This is the stamp creation page. Here we can drag and create the stamp based on our needs. By clicking this, we can add the color gradient. Once this is done, click Save and it will be saved. Save the image and click Create so it will be created. By clicking the icon, we can view the image. If we don't want it, we can delete it using the option. Now that you know how to use the calculator and customize formulas, you can streamline your estimates and save time on project costing. In the next video, we'll cover quote configuration, to help you optimize your pricing workflow even further.